keep it short because I know there's going to be a lot of people who want to say things. So I'm trying to keep mine short. Anyway, just a quick story about how I first met my beautiful lady. I was on a ski trip, Crested Butte, Colorado, and it was January thaw, warm weather. So we were sitting outside at picnic tables with my friend Hugh drinking a beer, getting carried up. And at the next table was Mike and 6 or 8 other people. And you know, everybody knows Mike has a big mouth. So she was saying to some people that were sitting there that were going to go to New Zealand for 6 weeks. She said, when you come through Dallas, stop over and stay with me. And I poked over here and I said, I think I'll stop over and stay with you. That was a Thursday. The next day, my friend Hugh brought his flag over Ruby Steep, made with Crested Butte. It's a steep on Ruby Chief. It was a pretty bad break, so they had surgery in Gunnison on Saturday morning. And his wife was pissed because I was taking everybody in suits on that night. So we had to cancel. So after the surgery, they were going to go back on Sunday, and I didn't have a flight until Tuesday. So I decided, well, I just go back and met my friends through the airport. But I couldn't get on. So, and Mike took a $400 credit and went back to stay with Leslie for another day. So I just decided, well, I'll go back on Monday. And when I got ready to get on the plane, the gate agent said, Mr. Ferrell, you have a minute? I said, sure. She said, Lulu, you're in 4B. I said, 4B. When I got home, Mike was in 4A. And there were only 2 other people in first class. It was a big plane, like 20 first class seats. We started talking to the people behind us, and she said, well, Virginia, where do you live? She says, well, my house is on Andrew Street. She said, well, that's where my house was. And I was staying also at a little cabin on Andrew Street with my friend Hugh from East Tennessee. And then we started chatting, and she said, apparently she's just been through a nasty divorce. And she said, I'll tell you one thing, I'm through with men, looking for a gay guy that can dance. And I said, well, I can't dance, but I'm gay. I could make this shorter, but it's too much fun.
Keep going.
By the time I got home, she had already been pre-boarded because, you know, she'd taken the bump, but I got right at the end, I got my first class seat. And we ran them out of Cabernet, and I switched to Merlot, God forbid. And anyway, we got to know each other a little bit on the plane and decided to have lunch at the Hyatt there at Dallas Airport. And so after lunch, she was taking the limo home, so they dropped me off at my flight. I had a layover. Going back to Jackson, Mississippi, but I'd been over to visit my Aunt Mary. In any case, got her phone number, and next thing I knew, I was calling her every day. And she had invited me down to a dance club called Trippers. We used to have dances at the Dallas Country Club, so forth and so on. And so first time I came down, bought my tuxedo, met a lot of the friends that are here at the pre-cocktail party and at the Trippers. Anyway, she had more friends that you can count, and I went from having 5 friends to like 500. else would. She was one hell of a lady. I'll say that for her. This is what she wanted. She wanted a fun time. She didn't want any tears, no funeral. She wanted a celebration of life. And she was highly spiritual, but not religious. She honored all religions, as she believed that God, in her wisdom, also did. And, she was big for equality, and you can tell because of her name. When she was in 3rd grade, and this is the story she tells me, when she was in 3rd grade, the girls got to bounce golf balls for recreation during recess period, while the boys got to go out and play baseball. And she and her best friend, Barbara Martyr, changed their names to Mike and Joe Williams. And she said they wouldn't answer to any other name. And so she's been known as Mike to 95% of the people here, except her family, who still know her as Annette. But speaking to most of you, it's always been Mike. And she is, I'm at a loss for words. The hope is in my heart. I know there are a lot of people that want to get up there and say things, so I'm going to cut it short and end with that inscription on the old Irish tombstone. If I can remember it. Death brings heartache that nobody can heal.
Yes.
Love you, John.
Love brings a feeling nobody can steal. Anyway, I'm going to let the next person that wants to get up here and speak. And I see I am Judy. Thank you all for coming. Let's see more. Okay.
Just a quick note. Logan is born because Mike made me go to a fertility doctor. And Logan was born on Mike's birthday.
Woo, Judy!
She was great. She was great. I love being her partner on the court.
Yeah.
Hi. Justice.
You're an engineer.
It's not. I practiced this speech a few times, but now that I'm up here, you'll forgive me and I have to read it because obvious reasons. I'd love to share a few stories about my life with Granny Mike. By the way, I'm Mike. I'm her eldest grandson and namesake.
Yay.
I don't recall being born, but I sure remember the love I had from Granny Mike from an early age. it was all encompassing, and we moved around a lot as a kid. I moved around a lot, and I remember the drive down Fisher Road in the tunnel of trees, and I knew that I was close to Granny Mike's house because of that. And I got so excited, and I cherish that memory so much. One story that she loved to tell, she was about my age now, and I was a little kid, and I was on a chairlift at Crescent View, and I was, we were all in our little groups, like doing our thing, and I saw her coming down the slope, and I shouted, Granny Mike, up here, Granny Mike. And meanwhile, she's down the slope, showing her moves and really getting after it. She's like, shut up, kid. I don't want people to know that I'm a grandmother. I wish I could completely respect now that I'm that age. Grandparent? That doesn't compute. Some of you might not know this, but she was a smoker. And with, I'm sure, some practice from my mother, she had come to Nebraska to visit us, and she was outside smoking, and my mother sent me outside to speak with her. And I told Granny Mike. Anyways, I can. That's okay.
I was sent outside to talk to Granny Mike as she's smoking, and I told her I didn't want her to smoke anymore. Of course, coming from a little kid, I'm sure that was hilarious. And I explained to her that I wanted to spend as much time as I possibly could with her, and it was imperative that she quit smoking. She quit smoking very soon after. And I hope that gave us more time.
Which was very important to me. You all heard the story about how she got her name, Mike, and that is who she was. Like, you could not tell her no for anything. And if you said no, there was always a workaround to get you to say yes. Back in the 80s, yoga wasn't like a trendy thing. It was on the fringe. And she was one of the first adopters of that and embraced that. And like John said, her spirituality was really a big part of her. Not religion, but spirituality. She was an independent thinker and an avid reader. She possessed the strongest will of anybody I've ever known. And I know exactly where I got it from. Thank you.
I'm glad he was our spokesperson because I'm going to try to keep it together. Certainly myself, I'm Larry, daughter of Annette, right? Two sisters, Linda and Leslie. They're among us somewhere, very colorful. And mother always told me that you're known by the friends that you keep. So this is a victory lap for everyone here, and those of us that couldn't be here. That I know I've got family here and over there, and family and friends. we're really all technically family, Mother would insist on that. But I just wanted to let you know that our family drew strength from all of y'all. This facility, Lakewood, the whole thing, we were privileged, no doubt. So I just, in my mother's absence, in the most gracious way I know how to say this, I just appreciate everyone being here with us. And I might also add that John and my two sisters were effectively my mother's caregiver. And that's what she wanted. So she tended to get what she wanted, and this is it. This is the epitome. I want to thank everybody for coming, and that this is just what she had in mind. And I might tell you that she did not, she had a sense of humor to the very end. So she wasn't afraid of death. And as y'all all know, she honored everyone's religion. So this is why she chose not to make this a religious thing. Because she loved everybody. And on behalf of myself and my sisters and John, we'd like to thank everyone for their love and support for our family. And that's about all I've got. Thank you very much. Eat and be merry. If there's anyone that would like to join in.
Let's party.
Mom had a room full of pictures, and there's a picture somewhere. I think everyone in this room. I promise I don't think I could find them all, but she had them all organized in each group. So there was tennis group, there was yoga group, there was neighborhood group, there was family, there was skier friends, there were skier friends in Beaver Creek, and skier friends in Crescent Butte, and horse friends, and I'm leaving somebody out. Anybody want to raise their hand if you're in the group? I forgot. There's Possum, Little Dickens. The pictures of Little Dickens are over there. You must see them. They are hilarious. And then there's Possums, of course. Okay, you guys, every single person in this room, I believe, came to our house at some point or another and fed us or brought us flowers or sweet cards. And I tried to bring all the flowers, but we didn't have a van big enough for all the things. And the refrigerator is like full of fabulous food, and I have to thank you all for that. But this is what heaven intended for humans on earth, is all the people coming together and supporting and lifting one another up. So this, to me, is what heaven should be. And if there's a better place than Lakewood Country Club, Possums, or tennis group, or neighborhood, Lakewood neighborhood, if there's a better place in this universe, I sure hope that she and I are there and all of you, because it won't be as great as this if you're not all there and she's not there. So I want you to look at the pictures and the pictures on the table, and if you see a picture that you have not seen before and you have a funny story, this is where you need to tell it. And that's why she said she didn't want to be here, because she wanted you all to be very honest and say exactly. And then we'll start the music again if you're ready. So, but Trippers, I forgot Trippers, the dance club. So, travelers, everybody traveling together. What fabulous people you all are. Every one of you is our heavenly angels, and you lifted us up. Thank you all so much. Sandy, I was going to read one of your poems, but I will save that for a select group. Okay? But Sandy is a great poem. She is really good at therapy too. So if you need
Thank you, Sarah.
Oh my, go!
But if you love him,
You forgive
I
him.
don't think so.
I don't think so.
Even though he's hard.